answer time. Yeah, Matt.
Greg, you remember that you told us a story about squares and circles? Can you tell us that story again?
Squares and circles. Yeah, that's kind of a story about show business in general and why comedians and actors are crazy. So, Pavlov, after he did the ring bell dog slobber, the whole, and the basis of conditioning. And all he did, shortly thereafter, he did another one, and he had dogs, and what he did was he let them into a room one at a time, and there was a square and there was a circle. And if the dogs went to the square, they got a very mild shock. Was, oop, no, that's not good. Went to the circle, and they got fed. Oh, pretty soon, circle, 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 over and over and over again. So he moved it around the room, so it had to actually be pattern recognition. So it wasn't the location, and pretty soon they figured out, circles, circles, wherever it was, they'd go to that circle and avoid that square. And then he started making the square look a little bit more like a circle, and the circle look a little bit more like a square. So the thing that was more circle-ish got them fed, and the thing that was more square-like got them shocked. And so he kept doing that until the point where the dogs can no longer make a distinction between the squares and the circles. And at that point, all the dogs had a psychotic break. Some of them got hostile. Some of them lethargic, wouldn't do anything, stopped eating. Some got violent. Some would chase their tails in a circle. They'd all had all of a sudden some very neurotic behaviors. All of them had some very neurotic behaviors. So I just want to say that experiment, that's show business.
Wait.
See, if you're running around the world looking for squares and circles to make sense, you're looking for stuff to make sense. You're going to go insane because there are no squares and circles in show business. If you're looking for it to, I do a good show, I get fed, I do a bad show, I get shocked, or I do a good audition or a bad, or this or that or anything else. If you're looking for show business to make any kind of sense, if you're expecting squares and circles, you're going to go insane. Because there are no squares and circles, because nothing makes any sense in show business. Okay? You have no idea when you're going to get fed or when you're going to get shocked. Okay? You go in and you do a great audition, you go and do a great, show, and nothing comes of it. Well, you might have been wearing, some kind of a striped shirt, and that person that was in charge of your audition got in an argument with his or her wife or whatever it was, and they were wearing a striped shirt, you're wearing a striped shirt, and it reminded them of that bad moment, and it was like, thank you, off. Has nothing to do with you, right? That kind of stuff goes on all the time in all aspects of show business, stand-up, acting, Hollywood in general. So my advice to you is to be centered into yourself, okay? If you go out and do a good show, go, I did a good show. I don't care if they laughed or they don't laugh or they didn't like whatever it was. If you felt like, I got the goal I wanted, I did what I wanted to do, feel good about that. If you do a bad show, go home and go, that was a bad show. Now what do I got to do to adjust and learn and get better? Okay, then you're not looking for squares and circles. Because I've seen some of the funniest people in Hollywood never go anywhere. And they make me laugh harder and make the audience laugh harder than anybody else that I've ever seen, and they never got their break. Nothing ever really happened for them, who knows why. And there's other people that I think were funny by accident, and the audience was laughing at them and not with them, and they had tremendous careers. So you have to stop looking for squares and circles and start centering on yourself. How do you feel about what you did? Feel good about what you did. Pat yourself on the back. The things you don't think that you did well, go about improving them. Otherwise, if you're looking for squares and circles and for, you know, being fed or being shocked to make sense, you'll become a dog that has a psychotic, neurotic behavior.